Hello everyone and welcome to the most detailed backrooms tutorial you can find online. We will try to achieve a classic backrooms maze look of office rooms with yellow walls and carpets with as much details as possible. In this tutorial we will create realistic lights, pipes on the ceiling, ventilation system, stains on the floor and ceiling, graffiti, garbage on the floor, smoky space and even reptiles. So let's get to work. If you are completely new with Blender, you need to go to blender.org and download your free version here. When you start a new project, my recommendation is to first create folder, and I will call this 6T because this is 6T project, and I will call this backrooms. Now we can open Blender and go to File, Save As, and find your folder. I will also call this backrooms. First thing here, I will delete this cube and this light here, and I will go to render settings, and here we have two render engines, Eevee and Cycles. Eevee is much faster but less realistic render engine, is more for games and stuff like that. So we will go to Cycles, to GPU, and I will bring these samples down to maybe 20, and for render also. If we select camera and press 0 on numpad, we switch to camera view, and now we can see resolution of our scene. So I will go to output properties tab and set here 1024 by 768. And the reason for this resolution is because I want to achieve all camera VHS look, so this is aspect ratio for this camera looks. And if we press N on our keyboard, we open this tab here, and if I select here camera, this is location, rotation and scale of our camera, and I will now press 1 on numpad. We go to front orthographic view and we can see where our camera is. So I will bring this down to about 1.8 meters because this is height of human eyes. So I will type here 1.8, and I will rotate this camera on x-axis by 90 degrees. And when I press now numpad 0, we switch to camera view. And now I will press 7 on the numpad and we switch to top orthographic view here. And I will go with Shift A and create first object, and this will be our room. So I will go with cube and I will enter here dimensions of 50 meters. So now this is 50 by 50 meters, and on Z axis is 2 meters, and I will bring this to 4 meters. I will press numpad 1. I will bring this up to this x-axis. To be more precise, I will set this to just 2 meters. First thing I will do here is fix this scale. You can see that our cube is still 2 by 2 meters, but is stretched 25 times on x and y axis and 2 times on z. And for example, if we go with bevel, you can see that our bevel is not working because it's stretched 25 times. This will also happen with materials. Also materials will be stretched and some modifiers also. To fix this, I will select this cube and press Ctrl A and apply scale. And now this is all one. And if I now try go with Ctrl B, you can see that now our bevels work correctly. Next thing I will do here is delete this ceiling, because we will create ceiling later, and now I want to see inside. Go to edit mode, select this face with face selection and delete faces. In object mode, when we go to overlays and face orientation, we can see that inside is red color and outside is blue. And because our scene will be inside this cube, we need tell Blender to flip this, because red color is incorrect and this can affect to our shading and materials. So we need flip this. I will go to edit mode, press A to select all and press F3 and type here flip. So now blue color is inside and that's correct for us. Now I will turn off this face orientation and press numpad 7 for top orthographic view, and I will select our camera and move camera here. Numpad 0 camera view, and so I will keep top orthographic view and I can rotate camera here on the axis. And I will move camera more on left. And you can easily navigate the camera with these settings here. Just slide this. Now we can start with materials. So for backrooms floor we need yellow carpet. You can see reference here. So I found a nice one on the ambientcg.com, and I will put the links in description for all texture I use in this tutorial. But we can go to material and search for carpet. And I use this one. And I download this 2K texture, and you can also download this, and this is how this looks. And now I will copy this address with Ctrl C, so I don't need later navigate to this folder. And I will back to Blender, numpad 7 to top orthographic view, and switch here to material preview, and go here to select object and go here to material properties and create first material, and I will call this carpet. And now we can go to shading tab, and here you can see carpet texture. You need enable in edit preferences node wrangler. And now when you select here principal BSDF, you can press Ctrl Shift T. And now paste here address where is your texture, and we can select maps we need. So I will go with color, displacement and roughness. And because we use displacement map, we don't need this normal. So I will just click texture setup and we get this. And we can now go to edit mode and in UV editor, and I will also turn on viewport shading here. If you don't see these icons here, you can just move this with mouse scroll button and turn on viewport shading here and go to top orthographic view, and on left side press A to select everything and scale. And this is one way you can fix this UV, and another one is to go to shading tab and just scale this, bring this scale up like 10 times or 50 times. I think I will go maybe to 17 here. Only one thing I will change on this materials is add some stain or dirtiness on floor. So I will go with Shift A and search for mass grip texture. And if I hold Ctrl Shift and click on this texture, we can see how this look. And I will now select this and Ctrl T, and we get this texture coordinate and mapping. So I will bring this scale to my 50, and I will play with this scale. I will bring this down, and now I will go with color ramp. And where is a white color, there will be our stain or dirtiness. So I don't want too much dirtiness, and I will bring this like something like this. And now I can use this black and white map to add stains on this floor. So I will go with Mix RGB and plug this here, and I can use this. I will press Ctrl Shift and click on this principal BSDF to back our texture, and I will use this as vector. And you can see now where is white color is this color here, and where is black color is this one here. So I will not use any of this color. I will just go with hue saturation and plug this here and this one here. And now you cannot see anything because this default value is same like this one. So I will go with saturation down, and you can see some stains here. And I will go also with value down to be more black. And you can also change this hue value. If we go more up, it will be like more bluish color, and if we go down, it will be like more reddish color. So I think I will go maybe with 0.6. I will just increase scale of this. Or if we go down with scale, it will be these stains will be bigger. So I think I will go with maybe 0.5. And you can play with all these values here. And now we can create material for these walls. And I will go to layout and add new material here and call this walls. And go to edit mode, face selection, and hold shift and select all these faces. Select this material and assign. I see few backrooms tutorials on YouTube, and what most people do is just go to shading tab and go to texture.com. Like you can go to texture.com and search for wallpaper, and you can download this any of this one, and I think I use this one last time. So most people bring texture in Blender and connect this to base color, and we can go with U Q projection to unwrap this. And now I will select all this here and scale this up and scale more. And if we go here to render preview, I will add some light here. There is no variation in roughness, specular, and there is no bump information. You can go here and go with color ramp and plug this to specular, roughness, and bump. Now this is a little better than before. We get some reflections here and we get some bump here. We have better solution for this. And now we can see that we have more glossy and bump information where is flowers. This have no too much sense, and because behind this wallpaper should be like a concrete or plaster texture. I know where we can find good concrete texture. This is on chocofur.com. You can download this, go to this free category, and I will put this link in description. You need first register for free, and you can download all these shaders for free. This is how this look, and I will go to concrete, and we get 10 this concrete texture. I will use this first one. So just open this blend file, copy this object and paste this here. First select this object, and I will remove this walls material, and I will go to new material and choose Chocofur concrete here. Now we can back to viewport shading, and you can see in viewport shading this is black. You can change this color here in viewport display. So I will change this to yellow, and now we can select this material, and if we select this color, this material here, and go to edit mode and select these faces, assign, we can see now is this walls is yellow, and we know that these walls have different material than this floor. So I will now delete this and go back to viewport shading, and we can see how this looks like. I think I will go to edit mode, go to UV editing, and scale this a little down. A little more, and this looks pretty good now. Now you can see that we have with this material all this bump, specular, roughness information here. So I will go to shading, select this material and go to shading tab, and you can see how this look. If you open this group, you can see what is behind this. And now we can use this wallpaper texture we download from texture.com. So I will just bring this here. So we need only color input for this texture. So I can go with mix RGB, plug this here, and this texture here. Go with Control Shift and click on this to see how big is this texture. And I think we need to change scale to this texture, and I will go with Control T to get this mapping node here, and I will scale this to 2 or 3, maybe 2.5. Connect this principal BSDF We have same reflections here and bump information, and now we change only this color in our texture. And I will bring this all to 1 and go with multiply. For backrooms we need more yellow color, so I will go with another mix and set this to multiply again and plug this here, and I will go here with yellow color. And now we can control how much this color we want. But we will play with this later when we create lighting. I think this is too much bump information here, so I will bring this little down. We can now create ceiling, so I will delete this light we don't need, and another one here, and with numpad 7 go to top orthographic view, shift A and create plane. So I will now press numpad period key to isolate only this object, and if we press this again we back to our scene. So now we can work with this only with this object, and I will press N on keyboard and go to transform, and I will set x-axis to 3 meters and y-axis on 9 meters. So I will now go with Control A and apply scale. And if we go to edit mode and press Control R, we can add loop cut, and if we scroll mouse up we can add another loop cut. So I will go with 2 loop cuts, and now this part have 1 meter, and I will go with Control R on x-axis, and I will add 5 loop cuts here. In edit mode, if I press A, I select all, and if I press I, we can insert this. So if I press I twice, we can insert individual faces. So I, and we can get this. And I will now extrude this panels on Z axis, so E to extrude and hold Z for Z axis. And I will select 3 panels here, and I will extrude this even more, because here we will be light later. So E to extrude and Z for Z axis. One thing we need to check here is face orientation. So go in object mode, go to this overlay here and click face orientation, and because this is part which is visible in our camera, we need flip orientation. So I will select I and F3 and type flip. And now turn off this. And now I will go with bevel modifier here to get this bevel here. And I will go with 1 centimeter, maybe 0.5 centimeters. No, 0, 2, 0 and 5. Or you can type 5 centimeters. And add another segment here. I think 2 is enough. And I will go with shade smooth and turn on normals. And I think we extrude this too much. So this is my reference, and I will share these reference images with you. This is maybe only 2 millimeters here. So I will just quickly try fix this. Select all these faces, and with if you press G and Z, so G is for grab and G is for Z axis. We can now move this, and if you hold shift, you can move this slightly. So I think this is enough, just a few millimeters here. And we can now start creating material for this. I will start with this here, and this is usually like aluminium or metal, so I will go to new material and call this metal chrome. Go with metallic all to 1, and we can turn on this material preview. And I will bring roughness down. I will now go to shading tab, and we can use this, we can search for image texture and use this concrete texture to create a variation in roughness. And if I press here a numpad period key, first select this object and numpad period key, we can here also isolate this object. So first I will go again to material tab and create another material, and I will call this panels. And we can now select, we already select these faces, and I will assign this material here. So we can now see only this metal chrome here, and I will now connect this with to color ramp and to roughness. And if I press Ctrl Shift and click on this color ramp, we can see how this looks. I will now go to top orthographic view in edit mode, select all with A and U, project from U. In UV editor we can select this concrete map and see how this looks, and I will scale this up. Black color is completely shiny and white is completely rough. So I want to be this part shiny, so I will bring black color here. And now we can see how this looks. So if we go more with black, it will be completely shiny. And I will bring this little to white and this more to black. Maybe more contrast a little. Okay. Okay, now we have some roughness variation here. And I think this is enough for this texture here. So we can fix these stretches here if we select these faces. And just go to this angle and press U, project from view, and now this is much better. Now we can create a texture for these panels. So this is a reference and we want to create these dots here. And we can create this completely in Blender procedurally, so we don't need any textures for this. I will go with Shift A and type for Voronoi texture. If you press Ctrl Shift and click on this, we can see how this looks, and I will increase this to about 25, and with Ctrl T, select this and press Ctrl T, we get this mapping node. I will play with this scale. Okay, something like this, and you can copy these values here. And I will now go to color M and just increase a little contrast here. Now we can plug this to base color and also to normal. So I will go with Shift A, bump, and connect this to height and to normal. And now we get this a strong bump here, so I will bring this down. I think I will move this, is too strong still, so I will bring this white color here. And now we can create these stains here. So I will zoom out little and go with mask grip texture. So type mask grip here, and also select this and Ctrl T to get texture coordinate and mapping node. Ctrl Shift click on this, and I will now play with this. Okay, maybe something like this, and I will now also go with color M, and where is white color, there will be our stains. So I don't want too much this white color here, something like this. And just try with this slider, get a natural look. So I will play a little more with this. If you bring the scale down, it will be bigger, so I will go about this. Okay, we come back to this later when we see all this with lighting, and for now I will go with the mix RGB and back this principal BSDF and connect this to color 1 and this to factor. So now where is okay, connect this to base color, and now where is white color, it will be this color. So we can put here any color we like, and I will go about this color and make this darker here. Maybe make more contrast to see better this, and here we can see how this looks. And this is now completely white, if we bring this more to black, it will be less visible. So I will go about here and make more contrast. Still too visible, so bring this down and play with this color here. And you can play with this value later also. So I think this looks pretty good now, and I will just make this more visible and this edge a little sharper. And now we can create a texture for light. So I will add another texture here and call this light, and select these faces and assign this texture here. So I will use these two textures from texture.com, and I will put a link in description. I will bring this texture first, because this is two different textures and we need different UV map. I will go here, we have first UV map by default, and I will go to UV map, connect this here and select this UV map. And now we can connect this to base color and see how this looks. So we need to project this. Go to top orthographic view with numpad 7 and U, project from U. And now we can scale this, and I will select this one with L, and G move here, and also this one. And now go to select this light map here, and now we can project this. So select all with A and rotate on Z by 90. And I will now try match this. I think this looks good for now, and now we can go with another texture here, and we will mix these two textures. So I will create another UV map and go to UV and connect this here. With Ctrl Shift and click on this, we can see how this looks. So we need go to UV editor and choose another texture here and just scale this to this area. Okay, now we can see how this looks, and now we can mix this two texture. So I will go with mix and connect this to color 2, and I will go here to multiplied, and now we can choose how much we want any of these textures. So I will bring this to about here. To turn on this light we can use also this texture, and I will connect this to emission. Okay, but now I will just go to world tab and bring this completely to black, so we don't have any light except this, and go to viewport shading here, and now we can see better how this light look. And I will go with matte node and bring this, now we can control with this how much we want the light here. So I will set this to multiply, and now we can increase our light, and maybe I will go with 30. And I want to create one light which is not working, like is turned off. So I can go to the material tab and add another material and select light material here and duplicate this and call this light off. In edit mode select this face and assign this material, and I will now just turn off this, but not all to 0, to maybe 0.1. or 0.05. Back to our scene with numpad period key, and we can place this on position. And bring this on z-axis to 4 meters, because this wall is also on 4 meters. And now we can go to array modifier and just bring this count, and this is on x-axis. So, and add another array modifier and change this on y-axis. On -1. If we now go to render preview here, we will see how this look in cycles. So I think I will for now go to select camera and go to camera properties tab and set this to panoramic, and I will go with this lens about 20. And this is now more like a GoPro camera or security camera, and because we want VHS look like old camera, there is more sense to have lens about 50, but for now look better. We can see more details with this low lens, so I will keep for now 20, but we will see later what we will do with this lens. So I will now rotate this on z-axis and position this camera. So this is render in viewport, and to get render in new window you need press F12. But I will first increase resolution to double so we can see better, and maybe I will bring these samples to 40 to get more details, and render this again. And I note that something strange with this panels here, and so I forget to connect this. If I go to panels material and go to shading, I forget to connect this principal BSDF to material output, so we can make test now. Okay, this is before and after.